Hi, I'm Steve Kane, BNI Director Consultant for the BNI Swankey region and a fellow member just like you. Today, I want to talk about two words I think that can help all of us in BNI get better and prosper. Now, you know we have our code of ethics in BNI and we have our BNI core values. I keep mine on my desk in front of me every day. And we have 7 core values. Very quickly, just a recap: givers gain, meaningful relationships, lifelong learning, traditions and innovation, positive attitude, recognition, and accountability. But 2 words I think that we could all use, and those words are mindful thought. What do I mean by that? So I have a question for you. When you have attended your live meetings before, and we will be getting back to live meetings soon, and even on your Zoom meetings, have you ever given mindful thought to what others have gone through to get to the meeting themselves? Now, I know you know what you have to go through in a morning or an afternoon to get to your BNI meeting. And whatever that might be, getting up early, getting children off to school, getting the house set up, whatever it is. But once you got to the meeting, did you ever look around at your fellow members and give thought, mindful thought, to what they had to go through to get to that meeting as well? Did you ever think about appreciating what they went through to get to the meeting to help you? And they in turn hopefully give mindful thought to what you went through to get to the meeting to help them. Think about that. There's a lot of effort it takes to get to a meeting, to make a meeting, and even if it is on Zoom. Give thought to what others are going through for you. How about mindful thought of the meeting itself? Did you ever think about, or do you know what it takes for a meeting just to even occur? Leadership team, support team, the main office, our executive director, and our admin. Have you ever given mindful thought to everything that goes in to the creation of a weekly meeting? Week in and week out. You know, there's reports every meeting. They just don't happen. They just don't show up. There are people doing things behind the scenes every week on their own time to create those reports for the betterment of the chapter, for the betterment of you. Have you ever given mindful thought to all of those efforts? Right? How about mindful thought of your weekly presentation, your commercial? Have you ever given mindful thought on how you create your weekly presentation? You know, sometimes we see in BNI, we see week in and week out members giving just great weekly presentations, commercials, whatever you want to call them. They can get specific. They have the ability to ask for certain people, certain companies, etc. Others, we can always tell, are just winging it. They might just get up and spout something off that they've spouted off 5 weeks in a row. Or they tell us each and every week the same ask. We can just tell that they're not preparing. So here's my question to you. If you're not giving mindful thought to the creation of your weekly presentation, how do you expect others to succeed in BNI? It's a strange question. It's kind of quirky, isn't it? We practice the Giver's Gain philosophy, right? Of course we do. So if you're not giving mindful thought to the creation of your own weekly presentation, and your other members cannot help you get business because your presentation doesn't allow them to be actionable, well, how do you expect them to be successful? Because if they're not giving you business because they can't, you're not going to give them business because they aren't. Give mindful thought to your weekly presentations. How about your weekly presentations of, I'm sorry, not your weekly presentations, to beg your pardon. How about mindful thought? Are you taking notes? Are you engaged in your meetings? Live meetings, you can look around and see who's on their phone. Nah, not a good look. Zoom meetings, are you going dark screen? Not a good look. We don't leave meetings early, and when you go dark screen on Zoom, we don't even know if you're there. So please give mindful thought across the board of what's going on in BNI for yourself, for your fellow members. If you do that, we're all going to do better in business, I promise you. Here's one. How about the member that stands up and says, don't time me on this, I'm going to go long, whether it's a commercial or a testimonial? I hope you're not one of those members. because that's not being very mindful. You're not giving mindful thought to your fellow members. And so I hope you don't have members in your chapters. Occasionally we do have those, but by chance, if you do have a member in your chapter, or if by chance you are that person that waves off the timer, what you're really saying is what you've got to say is more important than anybody else, and your time is more valuable than anybody else. Not a good look, not a good mindful thought for your fellow members. Keep those two words in mind, mindful thought. Let's be thinking about the other people, what they go through. Let's be thinking about the other people and appreciate all of the efforts that go into making a meeting. Let's be thinking seriously about ourselves and how we present our weekly presentation each and every week so that the others in the room can help us get business, which means we want to give business back to them and they can be successful too. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I wish you happy networking. Have a great day, a weekend, whatever's coming forth.